my name is Marcia with Mimi Makes Keepsakes, and I'm happy that you're here. I have questions. I was tagged in Nanny Moon Crochet question and answer series, and I will go ahead and do those questions for you. So I copied and pasted her questions into my notes, so I hope my notes transfer over from my phone to my iPad. So I thought about doing 2 different videos, but I may or may not. This may be cut and do a totally different video. We'll see. Y'all just hang with me. So, yep, there they are. So it is a list of questions that Nanny Moon Crochet tagged me in. If you haven't watched her, go watch her channel. I love to hear her speak. She's so calming and fun to hang out with while I crochet turtles. I enjoy all you content creators that make content. And I don't mind if they're long, because while I'm crocheting, I get to hang out with you. It's not like it's like I'm crafting with a friend, and that's what I hope you can get out of my videos. And I also, since I've been monetized, I chose not to put videos in the middle, not to put commercials in the middle of my video. And of course, you know, when you monetize, you make money for the videos that come on before and after your, if I'm understanding it right, your videos. So, and I have no control over the content that you may see before or after. So I'm not sure what type of commercials you may be seeing. Hopefully they're appropriate to your algorithm. But also I could choose to put a video, commercial every 8 minutes in between my videos. And I don't want to do that, because I want you to hang out with me. I don't want you to have to like stop and skip and all of that stuff. So, but what I did do, I'll have a link in my video, is where you can buy me a coffee. I debated on whether doing that or sharing that with you. So I do have a link for buy me a coffee, also a super thanks. And what I eventually would like to do, I'll have to look and see. I'm new all to this. I don't know if I can pull names from that. I'll see. Hang on with hang with me as this channel continues to develop and grow, because I have ideas of other things I would like to do along with merch and stuff like that. But I just enjoy hanging out with y'all, and I enjoy speaking with y'all, and I enjoy watching you content creators that put content out there that keep me busy while I crochet. Now, so here's the questions, and I'll try not to diddle daddle too long with this. And like I said, it may be a second video. I don't know. So how old were you when you learned to crochet? So I learned to crochet about 7 years ago. Was it 7 years ago? I think it was about 7 years ago. So how old was I 7 years ago? So y'all can do the math if you want. I think I'm 54. I don't know. So do the math. You can do the math if you want. I started crocheting about 7 years ago. I had a job where my time was monitoring things like every hour or every other hour, and as long as there was no issues, it was good until we had to monitor something else. So I had time on my hands. I needed to learn a skill, so I started to learn to crochet and knit. And I knit a very little bit. I'm still working on that, but crochet is what stuck. And I can remember learning, y'all, it was like, I'm gonna get this come heck or high water. I'm gonna learn how to do this. So, and it was like learning how to hold my thread, not my thread, my yarn and my hook. That was the most, getting that coordination down was learning that. And that's why when I tell somebody, they're like, oh, I tried it and I couldn't do it. I'm like, oh, you got to try more than once, sweetheart. You just got to stick with it. And I stuck with it. And like I said, crochet is what stuck. And I enjoy it. It's so much fun. What's the first thing you remember making? The first thing I remember making when I was crocheting, dishcloths. No, the first thing I made ended up being a baby doll blanket for my granddaughter because it was so bad. It was this swatch made out of worsted weight yarn. I have no idea what size hook I was using. I knew nothing about all of that. And it had holes all in it. How do you get holes in crochet? I don't know. Did I? Yeah. But it ended up being just a swatch of yarn, and it ended up being a baby doll blanket. And then I was making pot holders, dishcloths, and then I was making blankets and shawls and scarves. I still love making shawls. I haven't made a whole lot, but I was making baby blankets. I've got baby blankets made up. I'm gonna have to do a show and tell y'all of some of the stuff that I've made because I love it. But then I saw amigurumi that was crocheted. I'm like, there's no way I could do that. It just looked so hard. And I'm like, you know what? Come heck or high water, I'm gonna do that. So I found Rose and Lily, did her bunny. And if I have a picture of that bunny, I'll post it. And when I did it, I was just so excited that I made that. And it's like, oh my gosh, I can do this. So if you're looking forward to crocheting, knitting, making amigurumi, you can do it. What is the make you are most proud of? The make I am most proud of is this little koala. It was the first amigurumi that I've done that I'm like, wow, it looks really good. I've done several before that and the tension wasn't the best. Now he's not perfect. He's got some little color there that's not supposed to be there. But I can remember when I started his little feet and these little feet turned in and I would like died. I'm like, this is the cutest thing I've ever seen just by the little feet. And I was so excited. And it was a challenge being a new to amigurumi. And but I'm like, I'm gonna stick with it. And the nose was a challenge. It's like, but I'm gonna stick with it. And I stuck with it and I thought he was adorable. So yeah, I would put it down and come back to it, but I'm like, I'm gonna do it. And I did it. So I think what I'm most proud of is this koala. It's probably the first, like I said, amigurumi that I've done that looked like, wow, that looks pretty good. What's the oldest yarn you have in your stash? Oh, I have no idea. Probably some worsted weight yarn that I have in my stash. Oh, let's see. I also have a bunch of yarn like this that I got from like Goodwill. I was just gathering yarn. I was making stuff. Just making shawls. I really don't know. I have a bunch of this. Feels like butter. Ooh, it feels so soft. You know, I might could make a small amigurumi project out of this. Oh, it's so soft. I have a bunch of that I haven't used in a while since I've started doing amigurumi. Knife or pencil grip? I don't know. I do it like this. I guess knife is like this and pencil's like this. So I guess I use pencil. I hold it like this, and once I pull through, I hold my yarn on my hook. Let me see if I can find a piece of yarn. I got yarn strode everywhere down here. yeah, I was on a kick as far as getting my craft room organized. I told y'all in one of my videos, my daughter, oh, I dropped my ball of yarn. My daughter moved out of this room into another room. That's a bigger room up front of the house. And so I'm in the process of moving all her stuff out and making this a full-time craft room. I still got my sewing machine. So pencil or knife, let's see. So go under, I'm just doing chains. Doing chains. I don't know, what do y'all call that? And then I'm gonna go in. Can you even see what I'm doing? So I always hold my yarn here and I'll go through. Oop. And then I always end up holding this. I'm not sure why. I guess that's the way I learned from a video I was watching. It's just what I do. I don't know. It just naturally, my finger goes to that point. Maybe it was a beginner video that I watched. They showed how to control your tension with that finger, and that's what I do. Do you prefer Boye or Susan Bates style hooks? I prefer Susan Bates over Boye. What's your favorite brand of hooks? I like Clover hooks. And when I do my lovies, I like this Farrell's Streamline stainless steel hooks. I really like these. I would like to get a 3.5 millimeter because that's what I use worsted weight yarn in the stainless steel hook. I do have an Odyssey. It's probably in a project bag. I think it's right here beside me. Yep. So this is what I'm making the little alien baby with. It's a 3.5 millimeter Odyssey hook. I really like that. For some reason, I have a 3.5 millimeter Clover hook and it's starting to squeak. Ooh, I can't stand that sound. It starts squeaking. I'm not sure why. But I like the Clover brand hook. I like the Farrell's 3.5 millimeter crochet hook by Odyssey, but I don't think Odyssey, from what I've heard, they're not making these anymore. And yeah, the stainless steel Streamline hooks. So my favorite brand that I use mostly is Clover and my few Farrell's stainless steel that has the metal hooks. All right, and favorite weight of yarn. So I like Plushy yarn, Premier Parfait Chunky. I like the Burnett blanket. I have a love-hate relationship with Sweet Snuggles Light, but it's so stinking soft. But do I have a favorite weight of yarn? I do like the probably a 4. If it's not a blanket yarn, a 4 weight. I like that. I have made some projects with this cotton DK. It's a 3 weight. And I find it's very hard for me to keep a good tension because it's so thin. So yeah, probably a 4 weight yarn would be my favorite, just in case you wanted to know. Favorite yarn, fiber, and why? It would be Plushy yarn because it's easy on my hands. It's fun to make once you get that Clover hook and it just slides through this Plushy yarn. Premier Parfait Chunky, I have a love-hate relationship with this too, but it works. I like it. It's a good combo for me. I do like the look of cotton And I do like the look of worsted weight yarn. As you can see, I make amigurumi with that also. But then I go back to the plushy blanket yarn. I don't know. It's just a good mix for me. It works for me. Feature one of your favorite yarns. I just showed y'all my Premier Perfect Chunky. That's one of my favorites. And then Hobby Lobby, I love this cotton. It's probably my favorite cotton. And I also like I used it a lot in blankets and scarves. It's the Ombre Mandala. I don't think I have any close to me. I have hold on. Okay, so another one of the yarns that I really like, I don't think I've talked to you about it. It was back when I was making blankets and shawls, was the Lion Brand Mandala Ombre. And if you've seen some of my videos, you've seen this Granny Infinity blanket. It was on a rack behind me. And this is the color Happy. It's so pretty. I love it. And it's so soft. So this is another yarn that I really like. I've given several of these blankets away as gifts. I made shawls out of this Mandala Ombre yarn. It's so soft and I love the way that it feels. There's some out there, the ombre, it's not quite as soft as this, but try and pull this up. So I know at Walmart, they actually have it for $5.88. Lion Brand Ombre yarn, the color Happy. And I do believe it is a polyester yarn, but it's soft. I know I've came across some that were not quite as soft. It's a different ombre because I've made my mom a blanket out of it. And but this is soft and beautiful. And these are happy colors. I love these colors. So yeah, so that's another yarn that I enjoy using for blankets and shawls. Probably another one of my favorites. And let's see, yarn, fiber, and why. One of your favorite yarns, feature one of your favorite yarns. I told you about that. What is your favorite item to make? Right now is amigurumi. I enjoy making plushies. Also, I've enjoyed making dishcloths again. So I've been enjoying that. Which crochet item do you least enjoy making? I try not to make something that I don't enjoy making. I think what I least enjoy is, and I'm learning to say no. I think when people ask me, hey, can you make this? And I'm like, well, let me find a pattern. And then when I start working, it's like, I'm not loving this. So I did have, and I'm learning to say no. I did have someone reach out to me. It's like they wanted a sock monkey with a football jersey. And I said, well, let me look for a pattern. And I found a sock monkey pattern. And I was thinking about all of those stitches that go around for the arms, the legs. And I messaged her back and told her I appreciate her thinking about me, but it's just not something that I would enjoy making, at this time. And I gave her a link to where she could actually purchase one on Etsy. So I think, just making my least favorite item. I don't think I have an item that I've made that I haven't enjoyed, but I'm learning to say no to different things that I think I may not really enjoy. Someone reached out to me and sent me a picture of a purse, like, hey, can you make this? I can't find anything like this in the store. And, and I told them, no, it's not something that I make right now. But if I do start making purses, I'll reach back out to you. crocheting purses. And she's like, okay, well, it's just something I thought you could whip up. Well, purses take a while, especially if you've never made one before. I made some little pouches, but not like the macrame looking purses. Now, I am rambling, so let me get going. What is your favorite item to make? I already did that. Which is one crochet item you haven't made yet? I haven't made like a mosaic blanket. They are so beautiful. I love the way the colors come together. And I think that's something that I would enjoy making. Describe your color palette. My color palette, maybe this. I don't know. I like all colors. I like fall colors. I love spring colors. My favorite color is yellow. I'm not a big fan of the browns and the dark greens, like the emerald greens, but I love all colors. I don't know. I like yellow and happy colors. It was like when I saw the yarn for this yarn, I'm like, oh, it's just a happy color. Fun, happy colors is what I like. What is your favorite crochet hack? My favorite crochet hack is when I'm doing amigurumi. I'm gonna have to show y'all this. You may already do it. So when I do amigurumi and you do your magic ring, and say you do 6 single stitches in your magic ring, and then you do an increase, I take that tail and I tuck it behind the first 2 stitches, and I crochet it in, so that way I don't have to go back and weave in my ends. That's my crochet hack for you. And yeah. So let's see. Feature a pattern designer that you like and highlight one of their patterns. Pick-a-Pal. I enjoy Animal Friends of Pick-a-Pal. You can see some of my makes from the Pick-a-Pal. I got the cat, the frog, the gator, and the squirrel. I also like Arena Lee. I believe that's who the koala's from. I like her work. But I also, yeah, that's what I like. What is your best tip for beginners? My best tip for beginners is educate yourself. Educate yourself. Research. You know, for when I first started crocheting, I would watch Elise from Les Petites Saint Crochet, which now she is Elise Rose, and she was doing amigurumi. I wanted to start amigurumi, so I would watch her and I would take notes. Okay, this is the pattern she used. She used this yarn and this hook. She recommended this hook. That's what I'm gonna try and see if it worked for me. It may not work for you, but it worked for me. So I think if you want to do amigurumi, find somebody that you like. I always say Rose and Lily was the first ones I went to for plushies. I try to get the yarn she recommend and the hook that she recommend. Now I've recently, since I've started crocheting tighter, I went up half of a hook size. I think I use a 5mm now on plushie Premier Parfait Chunky instead of 4.5. I hope I'm making sense, you guys. Tag someone to answer these questions. Okay, so I am going to tag. I'm going to tag 3, which is hard because I have so many friends that y'all are all my friends out there. I'm going to tag Mary, aka Mercy Triumphs from Slow Crochet. I'm going to tag Julie from Kaya's Mom Crochet. And I am going to tag Kelly from Crochet Mom for Life. And I look forward to hearing what you have to say. And y'all, if you hung out with me this long, I appreciate it so much. And I'm going to let you go. I think I've covered everything and some in this video. So y'all enjoy the rest of your day and night, morning, whenever it may be. And once again, thank you so much for liking, subscribing, and hanging out with me and sending me the greatest comments. You are the best. All right, I wish you well. Bye, y'all.